Okay, the other one is we got a clip for you guys from the Valuetainment group over there. Patrick Bet-David, and this one it has Patrick Bet-David and Tom Ellsworth in it, talking about interest rates in the residential market right now, which I know all of you guys listening to this show are always interested in hearing about, especially you guys, your first-time home buyers. So you guys know that on this show, if you listen to it at any length of time, we talk about interest rates all the time.
Yeah,
we tend to grill real estate agents about it. They don't like talking about interest rates because interest rates is one of those things, especially right now, deters buyers from getting into the market.
Yep.
And right now, interest rates are, they're not historically high, but they're higher than they've been in a long time.
Yeah.
And so they feel high. And what everybody's been talking about is, well, the economy's doing better right now, so we're probably going to start seeing some rate cuts. And I heard this on the PBD podcast the other day, and I was like, ooh, need to bring this back to the home team and let everybody have a listen.
Sure.
So watch this.
Percent mortgage rates are back, but fear not. Rates will fall in 2024, economist says. Mortgage rates began falling again last December when it dipped below 7% for the first time in 4 months, states the Mortgage News Daily. However, rates have surged once more, with the 30-year rates climbing at 7.14% as of Friday afternoon. Freddie Mac said its measure showed rates jumping 13 basis points to 6.77 as of February 15th, highlighting the recent uptick in mortgage rates. Additionally, the Mortgage Bankers Association reported that the average contract rate for 30-year mortgage right now is 6.87 last week. According to Lawrence Yun from National Association of Realtors, the 30-year mortgage rate is likely to go up to 7%, and he projects that the average rate will be closer to 6% by the end of the year, indicating a potential stabilization in a market despite recent fluctuations. Tom.
Listen to those two numbers, America. They're pretty close together, 7% and 6%. And a year ago, I said on this podcast that I was aligned with people that thought there could be as many as six rate cuts this year, although I was locked in at 4. Now I'm not even locked in at 3 because I don't think we're going to get a rate cut the next meeting of the Fed. And then meeting after that on May 1st, I'm only 50-50 there's going to be a cut because it looks like inflation is heating up a little bit. We got a little bit more unemployment. So I think this guy's exactly right. In other words, what they're saying is get used to where the interest rates are now. If we get 3 rate cuts this year, it's going to be a small marker. And by a small marker, I think Lawrence Yun from NAR, which is a very rational voice, they're usually this is not politicized. He says, listen, I don't think they'll hit 6.77 right now, but I think the rate will be closer to 6. So he's saying down a little bit, but don't assume these are going back to 3.5 and taking home prices back down with them. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Yeah, that's the craziest part about it, man, is that they're saying not only because I think people assume that if the interest rates went down that home prices would go down. And I think the exact opposite would happen. I think if rates went down, home prices would go back up again.
Well, that's what we've always seen.
So,
I mean, when everything levels out somewhere, right? If the rates go down, people go, okay, I can get a little bit more for my house. I mean, we've seen that over and over and over. And the thing that's difficult about this is there have been a number of realtors that we've talked to, friends of ours, that have said, look, the rates are going to go down. Don't worry about it. Look, our mortgage lender, we have this great mortgage lender. They've got all these cool programs. And one of the cool programs is we can lock you into a free refi as soon as the rate goes down. We'll get you into a free refi, which is great.
Sure.
I mean, if
the rate goes down.
But the rate has to go down first. So here's the thing. Like, people were thinking, oh, maybe by the end of the year, so I'll lock into this, I'll do this, 6.5%, or maybe they got down to 6%, where the rate was low enough that it's like, oh, this makes sense. In a year, I can pay it for a year, but then after a year, it's going to go down. I'll refi. My mortgage will be back to a reasonable number.
Right.
And let me tell you what happened to my house.
Mm-hmm.
So we added a second dwelling on our property, 1,200 square feet. Okay, it's half the size of my house,
right?
And on an overall 3.2-ish acre property, we added 1,200 square feet of living space. It more than doubled what they wanted charge me on taxes
for your property value.
for my property value,
Right.
which was high based on the acreage, right? It was like $5,000 roughly. Went up to, it was lower, it was like $4,200, something like that. It went up to $9,600.
Dang.
For the year. Now, I'm going to fight it, reasonably so. I mean, I think I have a very good case, right? But my mortgage went up like $900 a month because of the escrow. I'm in escrow. I chose that. I wanted to be in escrow. Some people don't. I actually like the security of it. So I chose to do that. But $900 on top of our interest rate's fine. But on top of someone that didn't know that was going to happen,
right.
Your property value goes up, your taxes go up, your interest rate doesn't come down like you expected to. What are you going to do? You're going to foreclose, or you're going to move, or you're going to do something, and the market is not going to be very healthy for you right now.
Right. Well, and I don't know about other places in the country, but like at least where we live, they aggressively raise the property values.
They do.
Around here.
In a bad way.
So much so it's a professional sport to contest your property taxes around here. I mean, like there's even companies that will do it for you.
They will.
Because it's just a thing around here. I'd love to hear from some people around the country if that's something that they're experiencing as well. But like they will jack up your property values.
Well, part of that, we don't have state income tax.
Right.
So they're going to get their money somehow. And property taxes is the way they do it.
It's one of the only ways they can get it.
Exactly. Yeah. So they give us ridiculously high property taxes in lieu of a state income tax. Now, if I've got to have it one way or the other,